Title: Promises in the Rain. Full romantic drama story. My name is Isabella, and for years I thought I had everything. A solid career as a corporate event coordinator, a loving family, and a boyfriend everyone admired. Marcus, an engineer. Charming, thoughtful, with a smile that could melt tension, even during an argument. We met while I was organizing a tech conference in Napa Valley. He was one of the guest speakers. We talked for 5 minutes, and from that moment on, we never stopped texting. After 2 years together, Marcus suggested a trip to Seattle. He said he needed to disconnect from work, wanted time alone with me, and that he had a special surprise. I thought about rings, candlelight, flowers, but what I found was much crueler. The first day was perfect. We walked along the waterfront, ate seafood by the ocean, and that night he held me in the rain like the world didn't exist. The second day, Marcus left early, saying he was scouting a place for dinner. He told me to rest and relax, but something in his voice made me suspicious. I took a cab and followed him. I felt stupid for spying, but something deep inside screamed I had to know. I saw him enter a hotel. I waited, and then I saw her, a tall blonde woman in a red coat. She hugged him, kissed him. They walked into the elevator together. My stomach dropped, but I didn't cry, not yet. I went back to the Airbnb, packed my things, and left him a note. Looks like the surprise was mine. I flew home alone. I spent weeks not eating, not talking, barely able to function, but the world didn't stop. A month later, I was assigned to manage a high-profile corporate gala in Palm Springs. I couldn't say no. That's where I met Elijah, former soldier, now head of a nonprofit for veterans. He was serious, quiet, but his eyes were honest, gentle. We worked together closely for days. I was still broken inside, but around him I felt calm, safe. One evening, after a storm-damaged part of the setup, he offered me a ride home. Sitting in the car with the rain tapping on the windshield, he said, "I don't know what broke you, Isabella, but I'm not here to fix you. I just want to remind you of your worth." I couldn't speak. I just cried for the first time, without shame. Months passed. We started seeing each other outside of work. Walks through the park, spontaneous dinners on his patio, sunset strolls through downtown San Diego. No pressure, no lies. And just when I felt life giving me a second chance, Marcus showed up. He came to my office with flowers and a ring, said he made a mistake, that the other woman had left him, that I was his only truth. And for a moment I hesitated. The betrayal still stung, but I had loved him once. And even though I didn't want him back, I needed closure to end this face to face. I invited him to dinner at a fancy restaurant. I wore red. He arrived, smiling, confident, the same smile that once melted me. Now, it made me sick. "Will you forgive me?" he asked, holding my hand. "No." "Then why did you come?" I pulled a small box from my purse. Inside was the ring he had just given me. "Because I have a surprise too." I stood up, and just then, Elijah walked through the door. We had planned to meet right after. I smiled at him. He reached for my hand. Marcus froze. For the first time, I didn't see regret in his eyes, only defeat. We walked out of the restaurant into the rain. Elijah draped his jacket over my shoulders and asked, "Ready for a new beginning?" "Yes," I said. This time, with no more lies. The end.